Okay, some guy on Reddit asked me to look at this game and go over it. So if you have any games you want me to look over from TI, let me know in the comments. Also, as always, if you want to buy private coaching, the link to that can be found in the description. I offer private coaching on Medify. Or if you want to buy merch from my team, The Cut, the link to that can also be found in the description. We sell merch on Sector 6. But yeah, we'll look at the draft a bit here. This was a group stage game, EG versus OG. Both teams did pretty well in the group stage, but had pretty disappointing results overall, I would say. They didn't do that great in the main stage, or not as well as expected, especially EG, who went 0-4 on the main stage after being top of their group.
10 seconds remaining.
But yeah, someone wanted me to watch this game, so we're going to go over it. Gonna look a bit at the draft here because it's a captain's mode game.
10 seconds remaining. Radiant team.
So they picked Razor Tusk, that's probably their offlane duo. They picked Terrorblade just as a counter to Razor. Razor doesn't have much AoE, so illusion heroes are usually considered pretty good against Razor, especially TB, who can play from range as well with Metamorphosis, whereas like Naga and PL always have to play in melee range.
10 seconds remaining.
So yeah, he wanted me to go over the Arteezy Ursa, so we'll just see. Yeah, they just picked it into Timbersaw as their lane matchup counter pretty much. But yeah, Ursa's all physical damage, and Terrorblade has pretty high armor, but
Seconds remaining.
you get the Fury swipe stack, so I don't think it's that bad, but I mean, we'll see. I'm not sure if I've seen this game yet, to be honest. I have the Dota buff open, or whatever, and I can look a bit at what happened and see. It honestly looks like, it says Arteezy lost his lane against the Timber on Dota buff, and it says he died 5 times, so I mean, it doesn't look like he did that well. But we'll see what happens here.
My good friend.
Yeah, so Lush is another bit of an odd hero. I feel like TB is considered the best illusion hero against Lush because he can play from range as well. So you can like kill Lush while he's trying to run at you and your illusions, and also, like I said, he's less reliant on his illusions than other illusion heroes. So yeah, I feel like TB isn't supposed to be that bad against Lush. I feel like I've heard people say that Lush is bad against TB. And I'm not sure what it is win rate wise or anything like that, but yeah, they went for the Lush here last pick. It looks like a pretty decent TB game, I would say. The only like super scary hero for TB I feel like is the Snapfire, and I feel like the lane has some potential to not go that great as well. But we will see. So his support gave him a sentry. Yeah, Arteezy's player perspective is pretty headache inducing. We'll see how this goes. But his support gave him a sentry, and yeah, he just goes to block the large camp with it. He's cutting trees down because he's leaning against a Timbersaw, so he wants the Timbersaw to have less trees to, you know, cut with his Q, which will give him more damage and less escape options with his Timber Chain as well. Yeah, Mars is probably like the best Timbersaw in the world right now, or considered to be. So, yeah, he's probably played this matchup a ton. I personally think when I play Ursa versus Timbersaw, I don't think the lane's that good. I think it's really nice after the lane. I also normally like to take the Fury Swipes talent in this matchup. At level 10. I mean, I'll skip it and max my other abilities, but I'll go back for it. I know Matsu went for the mana regen talent in one of the games where he also had a Crystal Maiden, which I was under the impression most people take Fury Swipes reset. But if you have long fights against like Timbersaws and Terrorblades, where they're like kiting you, and you can get back on them with 20 extra seconds. So it's normally 20 seconds. So it doubles it to 40. It's insane duration on the Fury Swipes. But yeah, when I've played this matchup, I feel like it's pretty bad early game, or like it's pretty like you have to play pretty passive. Like you think you can trade with this Timbersaw, but if you try, he'll just Q you and you'll lose 10% of your stats. So you're losing damage and you're taking a ton of damage, and you don't really want to buy too much sustain on this hero. You want to get like a Ring of Health for a Battle Fury or like a Morbid Mask at some point for sustain, so you don't have to like spam too many tangos. I like the stick, but yeah, he started with 6 tangos just in case, because I guess Arteezy's probably played this lane too and knows that the early levels can be hard. But so I think if you play like too aggressive early on Ursa, you can take a bunch of damage and potentially die, or get into a point where Timbersaw can sustain back up with reactive armor. But I mean, some Timbers don't even skill it against Ursa; they just go for full damage. But yeah. But if he's going full damage, I mean, he can commit for kills if you ever try to go on him. And if he's not going full damage and you commit on him and he survives, he can heal back up, and you don't really have much ways to sustain. So I feel like this lane can be pretty finicky. I think it's like good after the laning stage, and I think after some levels it can be okay. But if like Timbersaw ever gets a level advantage, it can get really hard. Yeah. But I mean, we'll look at the lane, but. This lane I've played quite a bit because like I'll pick Ursa as a counter to Timber, and you know, I've had some games where it went pretty poorly. I think recently I've been doing better because I just understand that you need to play pretty passive on the Ursa in the early levels. So I think, yeah, lately I've been doing better in this matchup, but yeah, we'll see what happens in this one against, you know, Amar, one of the best Timber Saws in the world here. Yeah, I mean, nothing special so far. He's attacking the creeps to get Fury Swipe stacks because you have pretty low base damage on Ursa. So it helps you get the last hits and make it harder for them to deny, but they get some denies here anyways. I mean, so far lane's just pretty even, nothing happening. I'll just point out things that happen. So wait, they get level 2 here? Oh, the Willow's level 2 before the Timber. I guess he like killed a ward or something like that. So the second they get 2, or like pretty quickly after they got 2, they tried to go on the Dark Willow here. They did a lot of damage, but he survives. No salve on him either, but the lane's pushing in. Yeah, nothing too crazy. Yeah, but I mean, this is what I like to see. Like I said, when you play this lane, if you play too aggressive on Ursa early, I think you can like lose the lane. And yeah, his CS is like, he's behind a bit, but it's fine. And Amar did go for a point on a Z in this lane, even though, yeah, like I said, I've seen some people, maybe we'll leave it at like 1 or something, we'll see. I think a lot of people leave it at 1 now, because they like kind of nerf the ability a bit. But we'll see what skill build Amar ends up going for, but yeah, Arteezy. Some people go W at like level 2. It's like okay, it depends. I mean, I think the Q is good here. They got a lot of harass. Yeah, but this is where it gets scary though, because the Dark Willow is like roaming. It looks like, let's see. Yeah, the Dark Willow is looking mid. So Ursa or Timbersaw is getting full experience here. And he's going to deny since the guy's been gone, and the Radiant hasn't denied any creeps. So Ursa's going to get an Timber can potentially get an experience advantage here. And if Timber's like level 6 before Ursa, you can get zoned out of the lane really easily if he just starts casting spells on you. So right here they zoned him a bit and get a deny here. But I mean, yeah, I mean he's still free farm. He's still ahead of the Ursa even after the support left for a bit. But he did take some harass. They get another deny here on the Dark Willow. Dark Willow is playing really aggressive, trying to go for a kill here. They're both getting really low on Dire. This looks really nice for the Radiant, honestly. But yeah, as you can see, like I said, maybe that's part of my issue too. Maybe I should buy more Tangos when I play this lane for future reference. But he started with 6. He's went through them all already, and he's like not even like winning the lane. And now he has another Tango pulled to him. And he went for Boots Rush and the Blades of Attack. So yeah, I mean they're looking to just chase heroes down and play aggressive. He didn't get the extra damage, but the Blades of Attack first or anything. He went for Boots first and then back for it. I think I've also seen 1-1-1. Not sure how I feel about that, but 1-0-2 is I think pretty standard as well, so it's fine. But yeah, I mean, as you can see, the Timber is completely free farm here, and he's a higher level than Ursa as well. So I mean, this could get pretty rough. And he got pulled another Tango at this point. He has his phase boots coming. He also just, wait, was that his own salve or? Yeah, he also got salved by his support here too, and salves are now nerfed, so he's getting a lot of regen handed to him, and he's not even winning the lane. Like I said, I don't think it's that good of a lane. But Amar is obviously one of the best Timber Saws. If you're like better than the Timber Saw, maybe you can win. But if they're equally skilled, or if you know the Timber Saw is better than you or knows the matchup better, I think it's certainly like Timber Saw favored. But the mid game is really nice for Ursa, and I think most Timbers, and I think Amar does it too. In this matchup, they'll buy like Yoel's Halberd. Are their 2 main items to buy on Timber Saw. Yoel's is really good against Ursa because his ult gives him status resistance, but Yoel's doesn't get affected by it. So you can Yoel's him up, and that'll get rid of a lot of the duration of his enrage. It also purges overpower stacks from himself. It doesn't purge Fury Swipe stacks from you or anything like that. But yeah, it's pretty nice. And then Halberd just helps you, you know. His ult does affect Halberd, the status resistance, but it does help you, you know, man up to him a bit more with the evasion and the active. Yeah, so I'm not sure what happened here. Let's check this again, because I mean he's getting handed so much regen, but I think they just played aggressive. So they healed up with the regen, and then they just tried to play aggressive. He's gonna Q here, breaks a ton of trees. Arteezy cut one tree before, so he took a little bit less damage, but Just a ton of damage being dealt. He didn't even have to take the Dark Willow W. He fogged it, but he's just still so low. Gets pulled another Tango. Takes another Q. He's 1-2-1 in this game. Did he have any stacks on him on Amar? He had 4 here. It resets. I think Arteezy was trying to keep the stacks up and didn't get it, and now he just tanks the. Yeah, I mean, if he keeps the stacks up, he's probably gonna kill the Timber. And if he kills the Ursa, he probably doesn't care if he dies afterwards or to the Willow or not, because he'll just TP back in and have full HP and full resources. And he also, I think, would have gotten solo experience from that Timber kill. Because his support's kind of far away, yeah, so he probably would have. So it would have been a good trade, but, I mean, I'm not sure if that's Arteezy making a mistake or Amar just playing really well with, like, knowing when the stacks reset and going up just in time. But, I mean, this looks really bad. Like, I'd be, like, not happy about this. I mean, Amar's gonna have to walk to base, actually, which is, pretty good. Arteezy's gonna get some experience back. So let's see. But yeah, like I said, if the Timber gets the level advantage, he can zone you out of lane really easily. But it's still a good matchup out of lane, like I said. So I'm just repeating myself, but we'll see. Yeah, he TP'd here. I was wondering what happened. I thought that was weird, but that's why I rewound it. But yeah, he did TP at the outpost. I think he was just looking maybe for retreating heroes. Didn't get any. He's gonna come back soon on Timber and, you know, still have a level advantage. But yeah, Arteezy's getting a lot here of solo experience because the Timber walked to base. And now his support's here, so his support might sap some too. It's not that bad. But, yeah, the lane's pushing in. He's gonna get 6 really soon on Timber, and I feel like Arteezy won't be able to really solo here. So the Radiant's options are gonna be gank the Timber, or Arteezy's gonna have to, like, pretty much go jungle, I feel like, once Timber's 6. And yeah, we'll see. And I wanted to check his skill build on Timber again, too. So he's just maxing W with 1 in his E. Like I said, he might leave 1 in his E. We'll see what he does after his W's maxed, if he's gonna go for points in his Q, or if he's gonna max out his E. Yeah, so he's 6 on Timber. Arteezy does have Ring of Health now though, and his support's playing here. But even, did he just keep that cell? No, maybe he didn't. Maybe it was a misclick. I was gonna say even with the Ring of Health and all this, he was thinking about buying more regen. I thought, just in case, because he knows if the Timber goes on him, he's gonna be really low or die. So if he survives, he wanted to heal up, was what I was thinking. But no, he's not gonna do that. He's almost 6, so it's not that bad. It's pretty hard for him to, like, kill you when you're 6 on Ursa, but yeah, I mean, as you can see, I guess the support stayed near before he was 6. But yeah, Amar is still just having a great time. It got a little worse, I mean, for Amar than it did in the early levels. Because the trade was just weird and Ursa had to walk to base, and then his support kind of left on Timber. But yeah, I mean, he's still ahead by a lot, second highest now with core. But I mean, yeah, top lane actually went really good for the Radiant as well. I mean, if I was going to say, I would have said top lane won't be good for Dire as well, because it's still a range hero against Terra. It's good out of lane, but he has a melee 5 on Terrorblade as well. He has a clock, so against a range hero and a Tusk with clock TB does not sound that easy. But I mean, they're owning really hard on top lane. But I mean, the TB went jungle probably pretty early, I'm assuming, so that's why his net worth's also higher than Arteezy, second highest core. But the Razor is just super fed. TB only died once, but the clock died 4 times. Yeah, so Arteezy is just going to go jungle now with Ring of Health. And I think that's just like the matchup. I think that's just how it goes. You kind of get zoned. Like, unless you're killing this guy a bunch, when, yeah, at some point you kind of have to leave. Yeah, he has no ult now. Siege is coming though. Blood Tower's probably going to take a ton of damage for Radiant. If not just die, it looks like they're just going to plan on leaving it to die. Amar though, I think he's making a big mistake here. Tower's almost dead, but it doesn't die right now. It's not deniable. It has 2 HP too much. But he was trying to play efficient on Amar and cut the wave and farm the jungle while the tower was dying. But Arteezy did a decent play and ran at him, so the tower's going to be alive a bit longer. And he's killing more waves too, and Amar's really low now. So I mean, pretty nice. Tower's still just going to die eventually though. But I mean, Arteezy's getting a lot from that play actually now. He gets to push the lane and farm jungle. So, I mean, we can look at that again because that's like a really good play. I'm not sure if I would have done that. I feel like I might have just wanted to stay in the jungle at this point. He has no ult right now. He sees the Timber cutting. Did he see the timber? That camp got stacked right there, I thought. Okay, so he saw this guy TP'd out, so he knows it's 1v1. He sees Timber is missing a bit of HP. He probably knows that Timber doesn't have many points in the Z because of just the damage he's been taking. And he saw that these camps got stacked, so he just wants to contest it. Even if he, even if he doesn't get any of the creeps, he gets the experience from these. And now he's just running at the Ursa, or the Timber a bit. Yeah, but like I said, sadly it wasn't deniable. It would have been really nice. He knows this guy's still farming stacks though, so he's trying to look at him and potentially kill him. Yeah, I mean, good rotation overall though. I think he just wanted to contest the experience on the stacks pretty much, and then he also got a lot of harass. He had defended the tower. Timber has to go to base, so he gets to push the lane and farm some extra camps, so when Timber comes back, there's no camps here for him to farm. Now his team's trying to set up on Timber, because the tower's really low, and they think he's going to try and kill it. And with Lush's really high magic damage, they probably could have, but Amar had a good read and left. Yeah, but it's going really well, actually, for the Ursa. He's still, like, behind 700 gold or whatever. But, Amar's had those stacks, and he's been pushing the wave and, like, cutting the waves or whatever and farming the jungle. But, he had that one kill. It's just that one kill only. I mean, I don't know. I feel like it's hard. I feel like it's going really well for Arteezy, even though it looks like he's behind. He's been able to stay in his lane, so he's not, like, farming jungle, which gives less gold. Like, had he just been full jungling, he would be lower than this, probably. But he defended his tower for a while as well. But yeah, I mean, his net worth is still kind of low, but it's more of like a mid-late game matchup, like I said, into the Timber saw. Yeah, I mean, this TB is what I would be worried about. Razor's really ahead, but it looks like a really nice TB game. He's still staying bottom. Yule's on Timber already. We're getting close to Battle Fury. Hopefully he has some ancient stacks when he has Battle Fury that he can go farm. Yeah, he's really playing towards bottom. Maybe it's just like the matchup thing, right? Like, if his team ever connects and they can get stuns, he can help burst down the Timber saw. And that's what they're trying to do now. Yeah, but it's just too hard. They're kind of strong on the dire. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't know. It seems like a really nice TB game. I don't know how they like end up losing this on the dire. I guess we'll see eventually. Yeah, also on Ursa, you kind of want to play towards the Roche at some point too, but I mean, he's just back. He's just playing where the Timber's playing, I guess, but Timber's like 3 levels on him now. He has Battle Fury up though. I think lots of people buy Windlace in this situation. We'll see what he does. You have 3 empty slots and a Battle Fury, so you walk to camps faster with a Windlace. If you didn't have slots, you might not buy it, but he has a bunch of slots. Maybe he's not buying it anyways. Yeah, I mean, they're just running at him with TB here, too. I mean, he got a trade kill that time, and he got solo experience on it. But the TB gets a kill there? I don't know. I feel like once he had Battle Fury, I would have expected him to leave here. And I mean, I don't know if he had Ancient Stacks or if Lush was taking it or what. But he's just died bottom 2 more times now. Now he comes here, there's no Ancients or anything, and yeah, he wants to play around Roche, I would assume, at some point. I mean, now he's just trying to Roche. He has no lifesteal, only a Battle Fury. If he kites it, maybe he can solo it. I feel like he wants his team to come, probably. Yeah, Tusk is gonna come and help. Yeah, with Tusk, it's super free. So, I don't know, I'm lost. I don't know how they let this happen. I guess maybe it's just EG's playing really well, and they, like, ran at them pretty aggressively, knowing that their team was roaching. But that's nice. That's the first like good thing I feel like they've got going for them, other than the fact that I think the lane went like a bit better than it should have, and he didn't get like zoned into the jungle fully for a while. He was able to stay for a while. But yeah, he had no ancient stacks or anything. So that's good Aegis. Yeah, not buying the Windlace though. It's really weird. He has Aegis, Ogre Club. He has an empty slot still. He has a stick. I feel like that's a mistake. Walks mid, gets tower with Aegis. He hasn't really farmed any Ancients with his Aegis. He's like trying to play aggressive on the map. Gonna go into their jungle now and take their spawning camps. His ult's down though. He's just going straight BKB after Battle Fury. I think a lot of people buy Blink first. Some people go like super greedy and blink Basher BKB, or just don't go BKB at all because they think you can get away with just the status resistance. But BKB is just super good against Willow. Also for manning up on the TB, you can't get sundered when you have BKB active. And yeah, Timber's just all pure damage that gets blocked by BKB as well. So it makes sense. They don't have much initiation though on the Radiant. Blink could maybe help with that, but he has a Q-tip after BKB. Gets a kill here. Just farming now. Farming the respawns. I think they're just playing bottom because they're afraid to trade towers against the TB. They think that they'll just get out pushed. I mean, they have a Lesh though. I feel like they're playing pretty weird. I'm surprised they're not playing top with Lesh and Aegis and trying to pressure. The only reason it makes sense to me that they're playing bottom is that they think they'll get out pressured by the TB. But crazy damage from Amar there. Aegis gets burned. He has his BKB timing too, so it kind of makes sense that they're just trying to force a fight now, I guess, with BKB. I think I did watch this live, maybe. This looks a little familiar, this fight here. Yeah. Radiant just, or Dire just overextended a bit, I guess. Still two highest net worth cores in the game on Dire. The Void Spirit's just really behind. Now he's top, gonna look to play for the next rush probably. I don't think they're gonna like to hit any buildings or anything until they have another Aegis. Maybe they'll take team fights because they have BKB. His team's fighting, he's trying to show up. Doesn't really feel like he's doing that much, to be honest. Feels like he's getting carried pretty hard. His net worth's fine, but I mean, he has a Battle Fury. He hasn't died in a while. And the TB died. Don't think the Timbers died. Yeah, Timber hasn't died at all. But he's starting to catch up with them. The TB died one time mid right there in the last fight. Timber's looking to catch. He's looking to help. I mean, they stun him now. I mean now it's just looking. Alright, I mean, he ended up dying. I was gonna say it's looking really well if you kill the Timber there. It's like one death on Timber when you're owning this hard. Can really change the game. Yeah, and they kill him there, but then wasn't able to BKB, got hooked and bursted by the E-Blade. Has blink now. Roche should be soon. Is this maximum? 130 maximum, I guess. Or, I mean, that's when it spawns, I guess. They're smoking. Maybe they're looking to take a fight before Roche, so the enemies are dead and they can take the Roche. Yeah, they have clockwork, they can steal and stuff. His blink now. Does Tusk have blink too? Tusk does not have blink, actually. When it Wraith Pact first. I think when Tusk has a blink, it's a pretty nice combo. You just blink, you just both blink on a hero, and they're like guaranteed to die with the Tusk stuns and the Tusk damage with the Z tag team and the overpower. It's a pretty cool combo, I guess. Alright, they're just waiting Roche. Roche is up now. Dire knows that too. Dire's looking to fight here. Radiant has a nice high ground ward. He's looking for a good jump. Team's dead though, doesn't want to go. I feel like Dire should get Roche off this. They catch the Lesh there too at the end. I guess it's just unfortunate their smoke didn't work on the Radiant, on EG, because yeah, Dire just smoked in them and they haven't got Roche because of the because their smoke like failed, I guess. Are they not roaching on OG though? They're just looking for more kills. Is like the TB? Yeah, TB's roaching, okay. Yeah, so TB gets Aegis and Shard now. Yeah. Did TB take Shard actually? He has it in his inventory. Does it show? Is this not worth his before he uses it? I don't think it was, but he used it or whatever. But yeah, his net worth goes up a bunch. But yeah, I mean, they overextended a bit on OG here and fed some kills. They have Aegis though. I feel like this looks really, really bad. When I play Ursa, I'm like, if I don't get the second Roche, I like don't even want to play the game because your shard's pretty good, and I think Arteezy does end up buying it. But because you just farm slower than most heroes, like I think your way to get gold is by killing Roche, getting Roche gold, and then like hero kills obviously, and then like getting the shard and like the Ags and things like that from Roche are just really beneficial to your net worth. So not getting that just feels so bad. Look, he's like almost 100 CS more on Terrorblade than the Ursa, right? You just can't kill like creeps as efficiently as like a lot of the other carries in Dota on Ursa. So getting that Ag shard from the second Roche and having the Aegis to play around are just really important in my opinion. And the fact that he didn't get it is really sad. And also, really nice play by Abed there. He figured the Void Spirit would Yules his stun, so he waited and used the Void Spirit's Yules as his setup. When he has Basher now, I mean, the Void Spirit dying there and the Timber dying there, helping them salvage the game a lot here. They were down 6k gold, and with those 2 kills, they're close to being down only 1k. That's actually pretty insane. It was like a 5k swing or whatever with those 2 kills, and they're just farming the map really efficiently while they're dead with the Lash and the Battle Fury and the Razor. Yeah, H some Terrorblade though, so now they're not really looking to fight them bottom, I guess. They're just... If they want to kill Terrorblade, they probably can with their BKB and tag team, but then he'll have another life on TB with no BKB, and it'll just be impossible at that point. But with that said, I don't know, he's looking towards the bot lane a bit, not too sure why. I mean, I sort of, this makes more sense than before. I feel like when they were playing bottom, it's just, I mean, you don't really want to be bottom because they're bottom now in mid. He has nowhere to really go, but he's just like playing passive. They're just waiting out the Aegis, I'm pretty sure, and they're just going to smoke when Aegis is out. I'm trying all in the TB. Probably. Teams playing together, they're bottom. I mean, they're just getting caught though. Surprised the gold isn't going up quicker for the Dire, because Ursa hasn't been farming, Lesh hasn't been farming, Razor was farming, and Bipinette is now forced back to base. And they got a pick off there. And another tier 2. I have no idea how the gold isn't going up quicker, but I guess Aegis is timing out probably. It's still 47 actually. This smoke feels early. They're dead a hero. Aegis is timing out soon. Like, the tier 1's dead 100%. They can still smoke on this tier 2, I feel like. With their like glyph or something when the Aegis is timing out. The smoke feels early to me. I guess if you don't jump TB, and having Aegis doesn't matter that much. BKB ult. They get the 2 kills here, I guess. This guy feels like he's dead for a while. Did he buy back or something? He didn't, I guess. I mean, I'll look at this again, because it's Aegis timed out, I guess. He's sundered too. He's just got no BKB either, huh? He just has... I guess... Is BKB that good? I guess maybe it's not. I mean, there's Lash. I wanted to look at the Sunder. Because he has Aegis for 5. Maybe he was afraid of them waiting it out too. Yeah, they used him anyways. Yeah, I mean... I have no idea how they're winning. I'll look at this again and try to actually see. Like, this guy's anticipating the smokes too. He got Yules here. And then he got a bed Yules for setup. So this guy just has no BKB. So they Yules the Ursa, yeah. Let me see this guy. Alright. They stunned him with the snowball. Oh, that's the punch. I thought he was already Yules. Okay, so he's punched up. And then he immediately Yules and gets Yules. I'm so lost. Let me see this again. I thought that was the Timber's Yules on the Ursa. But maybe it was Void Spirit. Alright, Timber Yules or Ursa? Void Spirit. He's in the air because of the punch. Void Spirit immediately yields himself afterwards. Lesh comes in and yields his Void Spirit again. And then Lesh stuns Void Spirit. Void Spirit dies. So let's see. Let's see if this guy could have done anything. It's just kind of shocking that he died, I feel like. With the Timber right next to him. So he already used Punch and Snowball. And Lesh is here. I don't think Lesh was ready to stun. I think he could have ulted away. And maybe used his W, but his W has a longer animation, I believe. So I think him using himself was the big mistake here. So he just dies. I mean, it was a good jump by Crit, I guess. And maybe if Arteezy BKB'd initially the first Yules preemptively, he could have bursted him down. I mean, his BKB didn't do much in the fight anyways. He used it like here really defensively. Like kind of late. Like if he just BKB'd and they bursted this guy, I would have liked it because then they like super earned the kill. They like committed for it really hard with the BKB. But he like didn't, so he got Yules. So I feel like it's kind of the Void Spirit messing up that he ended up dying here, to be honest. And then yeah, he BKB's just like he's taking physical damage from Scotty. I don't think he like BKB'd anything off. It helped him a bit on the Clockwork Q maybe at the end, but then yeah, I don't know, Clockwork came from some weird angle trying to save him and died. And OG thinks they can still fight because they have like Aegis in meta. They find this guy on the Dark Will on the side. Aegis times out. They're just fighting really well on EG, I guess, and got the initial kill on the Void Spirit. So they're just fighting really well in a fight 4 versus 5. I mean, it's the enemy's lowest net worth core, but still, you know, they're mid. Pretty impactful pick off. Start the fight or whatever. Now they get tier 2, they find a DD, he has a nullifier completed now. I think most people, yeah, go like Abyssal, nullifier. Not too sure if that's completely standard. I mean, it's certainly good on Ursa though. On Ursa, your main issues are getting like kited by Forces, Glimmers, Ghost Scepters, and that obviously helps against all of those. Get another pick off now. Void Spirit's throwing out Remnants. I think they're probably going to look to play for the next Roche. I think we find out when it spawns in a minute 10 is what it says. Think about both outpost control, gonna get some momentum in the bot lane, then probably look to play towards Roche. Maybe they don't want to go quite yet because they can't spawn for 30 seconds. I'd be surprised if they stayed bottom any longer than this tier 1 though. Yeah, they're walking towards the Roche side now. They lost their top outpost though and don't have any vision in like the top jungle. They see the mid lane, top lane, and bot lane though. It's pretty interesting warding. They have all 3 lanes warded right now. So Roche can be up in 54 seconds. Roche can be spawning. I don't like how far away he's getting from his team. He's been bursted before through his, like before getting BKB. Maybe he was lower and had less items at the time. Yeah, he's bought a shard now too though. But yeah, I mean he's still behind, but TB got like the shard. And it's a TB obviously. Feels like he's never playing on the hills really with his team. Like the last time they lost Roche, he felt like he was late to his team. Right now too, same thing happened as last time. Like OG is doing the initial plays, they're getting the pickoffs, and now they have potential to go Roche and OG. Roche is up, and they get it again. I just feel like they're so unconnected. They're not playing on these Roches well at all for having an Ursa on EG. I feel like they should just like play towards the top side. They like went bottom, lost outpost control. I don't know if they had any wards in the jungle, but if they did, they got dewarded. And then they like go back, and he's just like showing in lanes, top and mid, and then they just walk into the high grounds and whatever, and kill his teammates and get Roche again. Guess I never really looked at his talents. Yeah, he went for the Furious Viper stack. Yeah. I just feel like this is standard. If they get level 25, you take overpower attacks, but we'll see. The other one's pretty new. Maybe people like that one too. I guess that was the Ags Roche too, huh? Who got it anyway? Or was it Refresher? Or was it not? Oh, it's Refresher Dark Will. Ags on TB or Timber would be pretty sick, but it feels like it's never Ags on the first one. It really does feel like that. I wonder if it's bugged or something. Would not be surprised. I mean, I like what they're doing now, though. They're like really controlling their enemies' tri-camp really well, even when their enemies have Aegis. They're not playing super passive on their side like the last time. The enemies had Aegis, they were just sort of sitting in their base. Aegis is gone now, though. Dire smoking, though. Oh. I feel like they should be looking to do a play now, probably. They all like TP'd away from bottom, so if they walk up too far top, they're not gonna have TPs if the enemies try to push their base or pressure bottom or mid or whatever. Yeah, it feels like they're just stuck in their base now though, I guess. OG, super close. Oh wait, they don't have Aegis. I could have sworn I didn't see it on the top for a second. Okay, that's fine then, I guess. They're just sort of chilling. One's Aegis out. A minute still. Okay. Probably gonna be a really bad fight. They use meta though. Take it out. It's okay-ish. They die, no buyback Razor. Still have Aegis for 30 seconds. No pressure given to TB. So what happened here? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what this guy's doing. So that kills the push, I guess. Allows Razor to spawn. Aegis is gone. Roach can spawn in 2 minutes. They're smoking. They all pop BKBs pretty early. They find Terrorblade. Yeah, that's... Huh. He says the overpowered talent. That's pretty surprising. No evasion on the... An MKB. Razor's Halberd. No evasion on the guy. That's... It's a pike. I mean, I like Satanic on TB, but he used Demon Zeal too. In ranged form. Gives 50 attack speed, but you lose 20% of your current HP. And he has no life steal to heal it up. I don't know. This guy's just like griefing, I feel like. I don't know why he like... I don't know. Bought such a late BKB. He's no evasion versus Ursa. Like, Ursa hates buying MKB. He has his own MKB. It just feels really weird. Feels really, really weird to me. I feel like EG's not even playing that well. I feel like the Dire's just griefing really hard. I feel like Amar played pretty well for the most part. Clock fed the lane really hard. TB bought really weird items. They get all the Roches. I mean, EG played, okay, I don't know, okay, with like sometimes. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. Yeah, the Void Spirit keeps like getting caught in these fights too, like top and mid. Like he's got like no BKB or like Aeon Disc or anything. They're really greedy, Octarine, E-Blade Link and stuff. They get a Rax, now they're gonna play for Roche hopefully, but they're probably all gonna feed before Roche or something. Maybe they're just too strong to feed at this point. Long fight with buybacks, playing pretty patient. With his ult down and BKB down, he goes in now though and dies, traded for the Timber. Everyone's buying back. I like the fact that he was playing patient, but maybe it was a little weird that he committed for the Timber at that point. Also, this is interesting. This is news to me. I guess it's just for the Earth Shock cooldown with like the Shard. So you just have more, like you just have Enrage up quicker, and you have the mini Enrage with Earth Shock. I mean, you have this active, and you have a bunch of active items too. He has, you know, I guess Battle Fury is semi-active. He has 4 real active items in a Battle Fury though. Razor runs in first. I guess he has buyback, so he's fine to run in. They use meta. They're fighting into the meta now. just spamming his Q though. His ults, he BKB'd the Fear or something. I guess Timber died back, huh? I think this fight was just them having good prioritization on heroes, missing buybacks, and OG not. OG used everything, or I don't know if they used everything. They went on Razor, and Razor just buys back, and they end up getting Timber and Clock too, apparently. I mean, I don't know about Clock, but I know Timber bought back in the last fight after Ursa traded for him, but Clock has no buyback here either. Roche is up though, yeah, they're going Roche. This time they're gonna get Ags for Ursa. Probably. Yeah, Ag Dages Ursa now. Still dead on Timber for 50. Trying to force tier 4s here. Lots of stuff being casted on him. They found Void Spirit here. He's got buyback. Clock dies again. No buyback still. They still have Aegis. They still have Cheese. They don't know if they use Shard or what. He gets Thunder off, but he still has a bunch of stacks on him. Void Spirit bought back, so he's trying to focus Void Spirit a bit, but Void Spirit's too hard to kill, so he goes for TB. TB just spent his gold, I guess, on a refresher. Dies and they lose. Yeah, I mean, like I said, someone on Reddit asked me to go over this one. Pretty weird game. I don't know. I think they were just playing unconnected on EG when Roche can be up. If they're just sitting on those hills, I feel like they should be able to take fights when the enemies walk up. If Tusk and Ursa and Lesh are close enough, I feel like they just have, and like Snap, they have like stuns. They're just like walking into their high grounds and getting kills. If they just have wards and sentries, I feel like that shouldn't be able to happen. But I guess they're just not doing that or whatever for some reason. They're like showing in lanes too much. I feel like on Arteezy when Roche can be spawning. And OG just did the same play twice and it worked. But I mean, other than that, I just feel like out of lanes too. It should just be like a really hard game for them. This looks like it's bugged. This is not the minute 10 net worth or whatever, but the other net worth, it's real. It's just the times are wrong. But like this TB is really farmed, like Razor's really farmed, but I feel like they have a really free TB game here. I feel like the Void Spirit had a really bad game. It did some really weird deaths. Timber died that one time. TB bought weird items and died like once. I mean, it was a group stage game, so I don't know, but like both of these teams didn't do that well out of the groups anyways. When it came to the main event, they both underperformed, I would say, so I don't really know if it being a group stage game is a real excuse or whatever. Also, it looks like these guys took all their talents at level 10 rather than, or 11 and 10. That's a little interesting, but I mean, his items, pretty standard. His talents, just super standard. Skill build, you know, fairly standard. I've seen 1-on-1. I think that this is the one I normally like to do, unless sometimes I go for a point my W at 2. If I think I'm just going to be right-clicking and not really going for kills. The lane, yeah, I mean, he died like once, played a little too aggressive. Timber was ahead. I mean, I went over it all. There's nothing really else to add, I feel like. But, yeah, if you have any games from TI you want me to go over, just let me know in the comments. Bye.